Forget your awkward family reunions. The Greek gods had hands down the most chaotic family tree in human history, and somehow they're still considered role models. Long before Zeus, there was Uranus, the sky god, and Gaia, the earth herself. They had a bunch of kids, giant one-eyed cyclops, monstrous hundred-handed ones, and the Titans. Uranus took one look at some of them and decided, nope. He shoved them back inside Gaia, trapping them underground. Gaia was furious, so she handed her son Cronus a giant stone sickle and said, "Fix this." Cronus ambushed his father, cut him down, and tossed the pieces into the sea. Cronus became king of the Titans. And yes, that's also how Aphrodite was born, from the sea foam. Family tree, meet chainsaw. Cronus then married his sister Rhea, keeping it in the family already, and heard a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, just like he overthrew his dad. His solution? Eat him. All 5. The moment they were born, whole. Rhea was done losing babies. When Zeus was born, she wrapped a rock in a blanket and handed it to Cronus, who swallowed it without checking, while baby Zeus was smuggled away to a cave to grow up in secret. Years later, grown-up Zeus came back, tricked Cronus into coughing up all 5 siblings, fully grown, and the 6 of them teamed up to overthrow the Titans. After winning the war, Zeus and his siblings divided up the universe, and Zeus became king of the gods. His queen, Hera, also his sister, both children of Cronus and Rhea. So the king and queen of all the Olympus were siblings. And honestly, that's one of the more normal relationships in this family. And Hera had every reason to be mad, because Zeus was not exactly faithful. With fellow goddesses alone, he had kids like Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Hermes, Persephone, and Dionysus, different mothers, same dad, all somehow considered one big happy divine family. Take Athena. Zeus heard a prophecy that his first wife, Metis, would have a son who would overthrow him. So naturally, Zeus just swallowed Metis whole. Problem solved, he thought. Then he got the worst headache of his life. Someone cracked his skull open with an axe, and out popped Athena, fully grown, fully armored, ready for battle. Then there's Dionysus. His mom, Semele, was a mortal who Hera tricked into asking Zeus to show his true godly form, which instantly incinerated her, because that's what happens to mortals who look at gods directly. Zeus grabbed the unborn baby out of the ashes and sewed him into his own thigh until he was ready to be born. Dionysus was technically born twice, from 2 different parents, one of them his dad's leg. Meanwhile, Hera was keeping score. She turned one of Zeus's lovers, Io, into a literal cow. She sent snakes to kill baby Heracles in his crib, and when Zeus's lover Leto was pregnant with twins, Hera banned her from giving birth anywhere on solid ground, anywhere the sun touched. So Leto had to give birth on a floating island that wasn't technically land yet, Delos, where she had Apollo and Artemis, twins who'd grow up to be gods of the sun, music, archery, and the hunt, cursed before they were even born, and they still came out as 2 of the most powerful gods on Olympus. And that's just Zeus' side of things. Every major Olympian god is one of his kids, from a different relationship with a different mom, and most of them have beef with each other. Imagine that family group chat. Take Heracles, Zeus' son with a mortal woman named Alcmene. Hera hated him from birth, drove him insane as an adult, and made him hurt his own family in a fit of madness. As punishment, he was sentenced to 12 impossible labors, fighting monsters, cleaning stables, capturing magical animals. He survived all of it, and eventually became a god himself, making him literally family with the woman who tried to destroy his entire life. Then there's Persephone, daughter of Zeus and his sister Demeter. Yes, another sibling situation, who was dragged down to the underworld by Hades and made his wife. Hades is also Zeus's brother, so Persephone's husband also her uncle. Demeter was so devastated searching for her missing daughter that she let every crop on earth die, creating the first winter. Eventually they struck a deal. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades and part with her mom. Every season since then exists because of one extremely awkward custody arrangement. And then there's Aphrodite, married to Hephaestus, the god of the forge, but secretly seeing Ares, the god of war. Hephaestus found out, built an unbreakable golden net, and caught the two of them together in bed. Then he invited every other god to come look. Public humiliation, Olympian style. It's not just gods either. The hero Theseus technically had two dads. His mom slept with both a mortal king and the god Poseidon on the same night. So depending on which myth you read, Theseus is either fully human or half god. Nobody in his family tree has just one simple parent. So next time your family reunion feels awkward, remember, at least nobody got swallowed by their dad, sewn into a leg, turned into a cow, or caught in a net by the god of fire. The Greek gods made dysfunction an Olympic sport. Subscribe for more mythology chaos. We barely scratched the surface.